Hey, it's me again. Welcome back to your Dear Twin Flame. So apparently I am recording because I need to explain myself. So, I went for a drive today because I needed out of my house. Simple as that. Also because the last time I videoed, I asked Spirit to give me a sign of whether or not I was supposed to continue these videos or trying to reach out to you, and because I was confused and I didn't know if I was holding us back or causing more distance. And anyway, I've been asking for signs, and that same night after I asked for a sign, I was talking to your sister, and she mentioned that you were still working because your site had a big hole and the town was afraid that the street was going to fall in. And when she said that, I had this run of whatever up my spine, because every time I go to my lawyers in London, I am drawn. Well, I park just down a couple blocks away, so it's cheaper and I don't have to use the parking lot. And then I walk to my lawyer's office. And on my way to my lawyer's office, I pass a construction site that is a big hole right now. And every time I walk by that site, I am drawn to I look for you. And there's no reason for me to believe that it's the same site. There's no reason for me to, there was no reason at the time for me to think that you were there. But whatever the reason, I'm always drawn to, and even when I'm in my lawyer's looking out the window, I'm looking into this construction site. So when your sister said that you were still working after all and not on, shut down for this COVID thing, because of a hole, I immediately thought of this site, and I was like, wonder if it's the same site. Is that a sign? I don't know. Anyway, and then again, been meditating and praying and asking for guidance, because I just don't, everything else in my world is so good right now, and I just don't know how to deal with you. So, I went for a drive today. Last night, I meditated last night. I went to sleep. I had crazy ass dreams, and part of the dreams was me talking to you at a construction site. And I kept seeing that I had to, in my dream, I also had to go to the lawyers, and but that I had to go to 85 Dufferin Street, which is not my lawyer's address, and I didn't really know where it was until I Googled it when I was out from my drive. So today I went out for a drive because I needed a break, and I Googled 85 Dufferin Street, and lo and behold, 85 Dufferin Street is kitty corner to my lawyers and right beside this construction site. So I thought, maybe it's not even the same site. Maybe, I don't know. So I drove to see if this construction site that I am regularly drawn to was operating. So, and lo and behold, it was. And when I turned into the driveway and parked my car at 85 Dufferin Street, when I parked my car, I parked right in front of what looked to be a car that could possibly be yours. I don't know why I thought that. It reminded me of one of your old ones. I know situations have happened and you don't have the same vehicle anymore. So I wasn't 100% sure, but anyway. And then I didn't know what to do. Then I was frozen. So I was like, well, I'll go and walk around the site, which is what I always do every time I go to my lawyers. I walk around this construction site because, I don't know, I'm always drawn to it. And I look and see if there's anyone that sort of resembles you. And it's hard to see anybody from the top of that pit. So I could see people. There's one person that I thought my eye kept drawing back to, but I couldn't tell if it was you or not. And I went back to my car and I didn't know what to do. And I thought, this is going to look really stupid. It's going to look like I'm stalking you. Going to look like I'm some crazy psycho person. And that's not what this was at all. It was literally me trying to listen to my intuition and following the messages and the guides, the directions that I keep getting. And anyway, so I sat there and didn't know what to do. And I used my pendulum. I brought my pendulum because I knew I was going to second guess myself. So I brought my pendulum. And I asked Pendulum, do I just go? And it said, no. And I said, do I stay? Yes. Okay. Do I stay? At this point, it was like 3:45. Do I stay for an hour? Yes. Do I stay for more? Yes. Do I stay till 5? Yes. I'm like, holy cow, that's a really long time to sit here and stare and seem like a psycho person. And then I said, what do I don't know what to do if he does come out, if this is his car, what do I do? Like, I don't even know what to do, what to say. And my mind was blank. Like, what would I say? I got nothing. I didn't even know what I'd say. So then I asked Pendulum, do I approach him? And it said no. And it said, I asked, will he approach me? And it said, maybe. I'm like, then I said, does he know I'm here? And it said, yes. And then I freaked out. So, long story short, I saw you, and to be quite honest, if I didn't feel this stupid pull in my gut, my heart and my whole body wanting to approach this person, I wouldn't have recognized you at first. You were, I don't know how to say this. You look fine, don't get me wrong. You look healthy, you look engaged, you look, I guess, like your physical shell looks the same. But for me looking at you, I didn't recognize you because it was like your eyes were dead. It was like there was nothing of the light within shining out, and it scared me, and I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want you to be mad at me for being there, and I didn't want a repeat of the last time I saw you where you were so angry, and I couldn't see you in you. I couldn't see your soul in your body. I didn't recognize you. And I froze. And you came out. And I didn't see you at first because I was reading my phone. And I was afraid to look up. And you turned on the car and it startled me. And I looked up and I couldn't tell if you were looking at me or... And then you went to the back of your vehicle and you came back to the front, and I wanted to get out and I wanted to say something, and I wanted to say something. I didn't know what to say, and I didn't... And then you drove away, and then you backed up out of the driveway. And I was like, okay, he's not going to come. That maybe turned into a no. That maybe from the pendulum turned into a no. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that's it. And then you drove back in. So you backed out, and then you got to the road, and then you drove straight back in, and I was like, oh God. And then I got scared, and then you went back into the building, went back in through the fence, back into the building. I'm assuming you forgot something. I know you saw me. And then when you came back out, you got back in the car and you left. And the whole time, my head is screaming, do something. And my whole body was frozen. I could not move. And then you were gone. And I carried on with the rest of the things I wanted to do today. And now I'm home after much time to think. And I wanted to record, I guess, to say I'm not stalking you. I'm really not. This was the first time I've seen you since that day on the beach. Like, first physical in person saw you since that time on the beach. I don't make the habit of going looking for you, and this wasn't really that. It was, I guess sort of it was, but it was more just trying to figure out what intuition messages I'm supposed to follow and what I'm not. And I was really happy to see you, to see your face, but then it made me so sad because you look so... You just look... And then, of course, on the way home, everything that I could have said or should have said or wanted to say came flooding forward. So, anyway, I wanted to post this in hopes that maybe you are listening to my videos, watching my videos, to explain that I'm not stalking you. I'm really not. This is my explanation of the day. This is my explanation. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry if you misinterpret this, because my intentions are not to be some creepy stalker. That's not my intentions. I was really just following the messages I was being given. And I guess I also want to say that I'm sorry to myself because I let fear stand in what I know I need to do. Stand in front of me doing what I need to do, which is what I keep telling everybody. You got to walk through the fear. And I knew the whole entire trip, drive today, that this was what I needed to do. I could feel it. I kept getting confirmation. This is what I needed to do. And then I got to the moment where I could have shifted this path in some way, good or bad, just shifted it, stopped it from this circle or whatever we're doing. And I let fear stop me. And that's like, pisses me off. Pisses me off to no end. Because that's not how I work anymore. Don't let fear stop me from doing what I need to do. And so if you're watching this, my need to do is to say to you, is this how you want our existence to play out for this lifetime? That's really what I need to ask. Is there an opportunity for us to be friends? Is there an opportunity at any point now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, whatever that looks like? Is there an opportunity in your truth that we will be able to reconnect? That's my question. Why I couldn't come up with that when you were literally standing in front of me, I have no idea. At least I didn't turn into a blubbering mess, and well, I am now, but not at the time. I didn't go out. "Ooh." And I guess my other question after seeing you, maybe that's why. Maybe I needed to see you to collect my thoughts. Maybe I needed to see you to say, do you want to be in a better place? Do you want to feel alive again? Do you want to be happy again? Because everything that I saw, everything I felt while you were standing in front of me was that you've given up. And if that's your truth and that's where you want to be, I will respect that and I will leave it be. But if it's not, I want to help. I want to help because your ultimate happiness is connected to my ultimate happiness because we are one. That's the deal with Twin Flames. And I'm doing my part here, dude. I'm happy. I'm good. Except when it comes to you, and that connection is heavy, and that connection is sad, and that connection is like literally given up. It's like there's no life left in you, and it scares the crap out of me because if there's no life left in you, that's draining me and draining us, and my success is just as much your success and vice versa. And I will put my words together, and I will come back now that I know how to find you. Not that I'm going to stalk you. I am not. But now that I know that you are there, and I can say, here, this is from me, and give you a letter, or say, I just have to ask you a question, and then make this decision together, and not you telling me to go away, and not you throwing accusations at me, because your accusations the last time were wrong, and I will clarify that. I don't want to fight with you ever, because fighting with you is fighting with myself, and that's not what I'm looking for. I just want clarity between the two of us on where we both stand, that we both have an input. That's what I want, at least for right now. I hate that I have this clarity after the fact, and that all that fog goes away. That was not cool. Anyway, I just wanted to say, not stalking, following a lead. Kind of blew it. Sorry for that. Dear Twin Flame, you are loved and you are very, very missed.